Gentlemen, was that the most fun watching basketball you've had in quite some time?
Dog, I was over this motherfucker hooting and hollering. I tell you that damn much. If you know how many times I slapped my couch arm watching this goddamn game, the fucking ghost slaps. I was turned, bro. Like it was. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was sweating for a minute. At the start of the second half, I was like, okay, that third quarter run's probably gonna happen, and I think that USA is gonna hit that gear that Serbia can't keep up with, and it did. It happened for a bit, and Serbia ate that shit. And I
Stretched
was
it
like,
out actually.
yeah, and I was like, yo, we are in trouble. And then that fourth quarter happened where it got started. We got to give him his props. Joel Embiid.
You gotta give him a lot of props.
We
He
got to
looked
give him
great.
a
He
lot
looked
of
great.
fucking props. Yeah, he had that run where he had 7 straight and had that block at the cup. But I think what all of us are gonna remember from this game, what all of us are gonna take away is Bron, KD, and Steph closing it out. Where we discussed so many times how that's probably gonna be our favorite era of basketball. How we have just been so sentimentally attached to these dudes who have just been staples for 20, 15 years in the NBA. And dog, like after the high wore off of seeing those dudes close it out, I got emotional. I legit got emotional. I'm someone who's seen the MJ Bulls era, the Kobe and Shaq era. I don't think I'll ever love in any era of basketball more than I love Bron, KD, Steph era.
I mean, I told you like last game, I saw a moment where Bron helped Steph up. And I felt like I told y'all like the Grinch, like, oh shit, like that shit touch a nigga. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, like, like we get to watch them play ball. Like, it's so much fun when I'm rooting for these guys and don't have to root against any.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But in that fourth quarter, like I said, like before you hopped on, Charlie, I was like, it felt like, it was like, okay, the adults are watching an adult movie now. Kids go to sleep. It's gonna get real NC-17 on this motherfucking defensive side, my nigga. We strapping down, bitch. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like this right here makes me feel like how Kobe was in 2012, where like they weren't the best. He wasn't the best player in the league anymore. But in the end of the game, when it was time and it's against Spain, they was like, hey, let Kobe do his thing. Kobe's been here before. And it's just seeing those three, like, this is what I've done for 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, the big boys is playing. Let's see what time it is. And seeing Steph shoot the way he was shooting, Bron finishes the cup, KD doing KD shit on both ends too. Steph got the steal. You know what I'm saying? Bron standing up against Joker. KD doing his thing. Like, I mean, it was just beautiful basketball. And I felt like, wow, I get to watch this.
Yeah.
So I understand the emotion completely, bro. I was definitely emotional watching it, but yeah, I was scared for a moment, bro. I was like, damn, like 15-point lead, 13-point lead with 8. What, like, this ain't a regular fourth quarter. You know what I mean? 8 minutes. But by like I think about 7 minutes and 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? By like 7 minutes and 17 seconds. They already had that motherfucker down to like 7 or something. Like, okay, they sitting on all. You know what I'm saying? Like they locked in. So. Bro, it's beautiful, beautiful basketball. It was a joy to watch that fourth quarter for sure.
It felt like watching basketball. Like, and by the way, it's really funny that the three of us are thousands of miles apart, did not watch the game together, but all three of us were doing and going through the exact same shit at the exact same times. Because I was with Tyler, I was like, end of the first half, I was like, these motherfuckers are bullshitting. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's. So second half, you're like, all right. Time to like light claps, right? Like time to lock in. Let's go. About halfway through the third, when they swallowed that, started growing it back out, you're like, all right, we'll get it down to like 6 or 7 at the end of the third, run them off the court in the fourth. They closed that third quarter like that, bro. Like, dude, Vinny and I drove Maya out of the room because we were acting too crazy in the fourth quarter. Like we were losing our fucking minds, dog. I told John, he was jumping around screaming, let's fucking go. And we cut it to 7 in the fourth, bro.
You kind of knew it was over at that point, though. That was when you kind of knew, like,
you could
that
feel
that
it
point,
swinging.
You could feel it, like, okay, there's 12 NBA players and 3 of the best of all time, probably top 10, NBA players that are all the way locked in. Joker's a great basketball player, but the lemon booty's gonna show up for the rest of them niggas for sure.
But like all the takes got scooped out of our hearts and replaced with just genuine love of basketball again. Sure. It was, know what I mean? You were like, I don't give a fuck about any of this Tatum shit. I'm not making any jokes about the Celtics. I'm not going to point out that Jaylen Brown and Chris Stapps are following all of the craziest right wing. Like all that disappeared completely. And you're just like, I love this team. I want to get to see them play. I want to get to see them play another battle against France in Paris. Like that shit's going to be crazy on Saturday, bro. But I told John, that's what had me stressed the fuck out was I was like, you can't let this be a 1-point game with 5 seconds left or some shit because I know France would rather see Serbia in the gold medal game than the USA. I'm not trying to have the FIBA refs, and FIBA is, all these organizations are based in Paris, dog. You know what I mean? So I'm like, please, for the love of God, we gotta grow this shit out. And when Steph Curry stepped to the line to ice that shit, that's what John and I were talking about. Bogey played like a demon today. Jokic, unbelievable. But Steph stepped to
Fuck
the free
Bogey
throw
forever
line.
too. I
Fuck
love
him
Bogey,
forever.
but fuck Bogey forever,
He
dog.
was like a 90s action movie villain today.
He was so like I wanted them to win, so he had to shut the fuck up. He was way too arrogant to be Bogey. Like I love your NBA player. You're great. He was playing a hell of a game. But dog, you're talking to Carmelo Anthony. Take your ass the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's where he crossed the line.
That's when the patriotism bubbled over.
That's why I was like, yeah, USA. You feel me?
Clip that, please. Clip that, please. Thank you.
Talking to fucking Melo? Oh, hell no, nigga. He was tweaking.
But
bro.
we were talking about like they got the lemon booty caught up with them. They're shooting 50% from three. We continue to give them open looks. They missed 4 or 5 wide open threes in the fourth quarter, but the lemon booty caught up with them. Then you see Steph step to the line and he's laughing. He's laughing at the Serbian bench, bro. He is chewing on the mouthpiece, laughing at those motherfuckers. Like, do you not know who I am? Do you think I'm going to miss one of these free throws?
Before he was fouled. When they thought about fouling him, that was 2 points. Give it to me, bro. He's like, this is what like cheesy. This is how I've lived for the last since 2015. This is me. This is I'm home here. I ain't missing these motherfuckers. So yeah, bro, it was man, that was special. I kind of didn't want the fourth quarter to end. You know what I mean? It had a special moment that I'll remember for a long time. Watching them play together, but also how they played together. So,
Tyler, did you catch that moment between Bron and Steph after the game of just hyping each other up? That was when I got a little emotional, like John was talking about.
Hey, bro, I am shamelessly rooting for Steph to come to LA. I don't give a fuck anymore. I have posted memes and everything. I have posted Photoshop memes of Steph in a Lakers jersey next to Bron in a Lakers jersey. Make that shit happen. Whatever it fucking takes. I do not care. I am all in. Get Steph and Bron together, bro.
Even if it's bad basketball, like if they're past their prime, I just want to see them play together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
it won't be bad basketball.
Yeah. And that's another thing that's kind of made me emotional is knowing that, unfortunately, given the circumstances that Bron, KD, and Steph are in, this is probably the last. This turn is probably the last meaningful basketball we might see from them during their careers. So there's that aspect of it too. And it's like, bro, when it's winning time, those motherfuckers still got it. Yep. You know what I mean? And that's just something that I think we've all dealt with, during the course of the NBA season. It's like, bro, Steph is still good enough to lead you to a championship. Bron is still good enough to lead you to a championship. KD is still good enough to lead you to a championship. But the situations they're in, just bad breaks,
Yeah, I mean, fucking, CJ McCollum decided with the NBA that the best 3 or 4 guys in the world shouldn't get to decide what happens in the playoffs anymore, which I would argue there were many things that were good about those guys deciding what was happening in the playoffs.
CJ McCollum, you will be remembered as the worst president of the Players Union. The Ronald Reagan of presidents of the Players Union, dog. Like the worst fucking CBA ever negotiated, dog. God damn.
Forget about what the calendar says. Football season is right around the corner, and that means Best Ball Week at DraftKings isn't far behind. Here's what you need to know. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire Contest is their biggest fantasy contest ever. We're talking 15 million guaranteed prize pool with 2. That's right, 2 millionaires being crowned for first and second place.
If you're a set it and forget it type, then Best Ball is for you. No waiver wires, no roster management, bigger roster so injuries won't end your season. Only the draft and that's it. You're set for the season. And $15 million in prize money is no joke. Still not convinced? Check this out. This year, DraftKings is offering everyone a Draft One, Get One special. Your $20 entry fee scores you a bonus ticket.
Get ready for Best Ball Week at DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use code Jenkins. That's code JENKINS, Jenkins, for all customers who enter the NFL Best Ball $15 million millionaire contest to get a bonus ticket. Only during Best Ball Week, only on DraftKings.